Ladies, let me tell you something about men. A lot of women say, I don't understand men. I don't know how they fall in love. But the truth is, men are actually very simple. The problem is that most women expect men to fall in love the same way women do. And that's not how it works. Men usually fall in love in stages. And if you understand these stages, you'll understand his actions a whole lot better. The first stage is attraction. Now let's be honest here. For most men, love doesn't start with deep emotional conversations. It usually starts with what he sees. A man notices your smile, your style, your confidence, your energy. Something about you catches his attention. That attraction doesn't mean he's in love yet, but it opens the door. It makes him curious enough to want to approach you and start a conversation. The second stage is curiosity. This is where a man starts asking himself questions about you. Who is she? What kind of woman is she? Does she have values? Does she respect herself? Can I enjoy being around her? In this stage, a man is watching and learning. He pays attention to how you talk, how you treat people, how you handle challenges. Your character becomes more important than your looks here. If he likes what he sees in your personality, he moves to the next stage. The third stage is investment. This is where a man starts putting real effort into the relationship. He calls you more often. He wants to spend time with you. He makes plans. He tries to help you and support you. Men value what they invest in. When a man starts investing his time, energy, and resources into you, it means he's becoming emotionally connected. Love starts growing during this stage because effort creates attachment. The fourth stage is claiming. When a man truly falls in love, he doesn't want to hide you. He wants the world to know about you. He introduces you to his friends, his family, and the important people in his life. He becomes proud of being with you. This is when a man says, that's my woman. At this stage, he's not just interested anymore, he's committed. Ladies, let's talk about the very first stage of how a man falls in love, attraction. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Steve, attraction? Is it love about emotions and connection? And I'm here to tell you, no, not at first. For men, love starts with the eyes. You see, men are visual creatures. They notice things differently than women do. What you wear, how you carry yourself, the way you smile, the energy you give off, all of that matters before anything else. Now, listen carefully. I'm not saying a man will fall in love just because you look good. That's not it at all. What I'm saying is the first spark, that little ping in his heart that says, I want to know her, usually comes from what he sees. And you have the power to control how that spark starts. Confidence is key here. Men are drawn to women who know their worth. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to carry yourself with pride and self-respect. That's attractive. That's magnetic. Let me break it down. Think of attraction as a doorway. If a man doesn't notice you in the first place, the next stage is curiosity, investment, and claiming. Never even happen. So how do you make sure he notices you? First, take care of yourself. Look good for you first. Exercise, dress nicely, keep yourself groomed. But remember, it's not about trying to be someone else. It's about showing the best version of yourself. Men can see authenticity, and nothing is more attractive than a woman who is genuinely herself. Next, let's talk about energy. Men are drawn to positive, confident energy. If you walk around sad, frustrated, or negative, it sends the wrong signal. But if you walk into a room smiling, laughing, holding your head high, a man notices. He says to himself, I want to be around her. She makes me feel alive. That's the power of attraction. It's not just about appearance. It's about the aura you bring. But ladies, here's a tip straight from the playbook. Don't try too hard. Men can sense desperation or neediness from a mile away. Way there. If you're constantly seeking attention, constantly proving your worth, it pushes him away instead of pulling him closer. Attraction works best when it's natural, effortless, and confident. Let him see glimpses of your world, your personality, your interests. Make him curious, make him wonder, who is she? I want to know more. And let me tell you something else. Attraction is not permanent if it's only skin deep. This is just the first stage, the first spark. The way you keep that spark alive is by combining your outer presence with your inner qualities. Kindness, intelligence, humor, integrity. These are the things that take attraction to the next stage, curiosity. But if you ignore the power of first impressions, the door may never open. So ladies, remember this. The first stage of love is all about what he sees and feels at first glance. Make yourself stand out, show confidence, exude positivity, and let him notice you without trying to be someone you're not. That's how the magic begins. That's how the doorway to love opens. Attraction is a foundation. Without it, the rest of the stages can't even start. And when you understand this, you'll realize that love is a journey, but it all begins with that very first spark. Ladies, now that we've talked about the first stage, attraction, where a man notices you and feels that initial spark, let's move to the second stage, curiosity. This is where things start getting real. See, a man can be attracted to a woman's smile, her confidence, her style, her energy, but attraction alone doesn't make him fall in love. No, that's just the beginning. The real game begins when a man starts wondering about you, when he starts asking himself questions like, who is she really? Curiosity is what makes a man want to invest his time and attention. At this stage, he's paying attention to how you handle your life, your priorities, your values. He's watching how you treat people, the cashier at the store, your friends, strangers on the street. Ladies, let me tell you something straight. Character shines brighter than beauty. A man wants to know if you're the kind of woman he can respect and admire, not just someone he can look at. Now, here's the thing. Curiosity doesn't mean he's ready to commit yet. Nope. At this point, he's still figuring out whether you're worth the effort. And here's where many women make a big mistake. They try to reveal everything too soon. They overshare their lives, their feelings, their struggles, thinking that vulnerability will make him love them faster. But here's Steve Harvey's advice. Slow down. Curiosity needs mystery. A man needs to discover things about you gradually. Let him see glimpses of your world, your passions, your quirks. Don't put it all on the table at once. The more he uncovers, the more intrigued he becomes. Ladies, another key to this stage is consistency in who you are. A man is curious, not just about what you do, but about how you handle life. Are you calm under pressure? Are you kind when no one is watching? Do you live your life with purpose? These are the things that fuel curiosity. A man doesn't just want a pretty face. He wants a woman whose mind and heart are just as appealing. Now, let's talk about communication. No, let's talk about communication. During this stage, how you talk to him matters. He's listening closely to your words, the tone you use, the way you express yourself. Humor, intelligence, wit, these are all magnets at this stage. A man wants to be challenged intellectually, to feel that you're someone he can connect with on multiple levels. Curiosity is sparked when he sees depth in you. and depth keeps him coming back for more. And here's a little secret. Curiosity also builds emotional investment. The more he learns about you, the more he imagines a future with you. He starts thinking, she's amazing. I want her in my life. I want to see where this could go. This is the stage where a man's feelings move beyond simple attraction. He's starting to care, starting to feel a connection, and starting to picture you in his life. But ladies, remember this. Curiosity is a ictate stage. If you push too hard, if you reveal too much too soon, or if you play games, you can kill it. Let him discover you naturally. Let him watch, observe, and slowly piece together the woman you are. This stage is all about mystery, consistency, and authenticity. So the next time you see a man paying attention to you, noticing your little habits, asking questions about your life, don't get impatient. This is good. This is him. This is him entering the curiosity stage. The stage where he's starting to fall in love with who you are, not just how you look. And if you handle it right, this curiosity will naturally move him to the next stage. Investment. Ladies, now that we've talked about attraction and curiosity, let's move into the third stage of how men fall in love. Investment. This is a stage where things start to get serious, where a man begins putting in effort and where you start to see whether his interest is real or just fleeting. You see, ladies, a man's love isn't measured by words alone. A man shows love through action. And the investment stage is when he proves he's willing to put in the work to win your heart. Now, let me be very clear. Investment doesn't just mean buying flowers or taking you out on fancy dates. That's nice, but that's surface level stuff. True investment is about time, energy, and consistency. A man who is falling in love will start showing up. He'll call you when he says he will, show up for plans, listen to you when you talk, and genuinely care about your life. He'll take notice of your needs, your dreams, and your struggles. And he will start making you a priority in his world. Ladies, here's something important. Investment is not something every man is willing to do for every woman. That's why this stage separates the men who are serious from the ones who are just passing through. A man who's truly interested will invest emotion, Al. Oh, you open up about his life, his thoughts, and his feelings. He'll let you see the real him, not just the version he shows to the world. And the more he invests, the deeper his attachment grows. But here's the catch. Investment works both ways. A man is more likely to invest when he feels respected, appreciated, and valued. If a woman is constantly complaining, nagging, or doubting him, he may hesitate to put in the effort. On the other hand, when a woman brings positivity, confidence, and warmth into the relationship, it encourages him to keep investing. Ladies, love is a two-way street. His effort will match the energy you give. Now, let's talk about patience. Some women get frustrated at this stage because they want him to declare his love immediately, or they expect commitment too soon. But investment is not rushed. A man invests in stages, gradually deepening his feelings as he learns more about you and grows more confident in his choice. You want him to invest, not because he feels pressured, but because he wants to. That's the power of genuine effort. And don't overlook the small things. Investment is also in the little actions. The way he remembers your favorite coffee, checks in during a busy day, supports your goals, or even defends you in subtle ways. These gestures may seem small, but they're huge indicators that he's starting to fall in love. A man who invests consistently is showing you his heart without even saying the words yet. Actions speak louder than words, ladies. And in this stage, actions are everything. Investment also builds trust. The more effort he puts into showing up for you, the more you begin to trust him. You start believing that he's reliable, dependable, and serious about you. This trust forms the foundation for the next stage, which is claiming, when he officially decides she's the one and I want her in my life. But nine. If that can happen if the investment stage is ignored. Without effort, commitment cannot grow. So ladies, if you in a relationship and you notice a man is calling, showing up, listening, and putting in consistent effort, pay attention. This is the stage where love starts taking root. It's the stage where he proves he's willing to work for you, to protect you, to support you, and to choose you repeatedly. Investment is a man saying without words, I see you, I value you, and I want you in my life. Remember, attraction catches a man's eye. Curiosity catches his mind, but investment catches his heart. And if you understand this stage and recognize it when it happens, you'll know which men are truly serious and which ones are just passing through. Ladies, now that we've talked about attraction, curiosity, and investment, it's time to dive into the fourth stage of how men fall in love, claiming. This is the stage where things get serious, where a man goes from liking you to wanting the world to know that you're his. And let me tell you something straight. Not every man reaches this stage. Not every man reaches this stage. But the man who does, he's serious, committed, and ready to show it. You see, the claiming stage isn't just about words or social media posts. It's about pride, protection, and ownership in a healthy sense. When a man reaches this stage, he stops playing games. He stops being ambiguous. He doesn't hide you, and he doesn't keep you in the shadows. He wants to be seen with you, to introduce you to the important people in his life, and to make it clear to the world that you're the woman he loves. This is his way of saying, I've chosen you. You matter to me. Ladies, one of the first signs of claiming is introducing you to his inner circle. Family, friends, colleagues, these are the people who mean something to him. When he brings you into that circle, it shows he's proud of you, that he respects you, and that he wants you to be part of his life in a lasting way. Men don't do this lightly. This is not a casual move. This is a declaration. Another key sign is protectiveness and advocacy. Now, I don't mean overbearing or controlling. That's not love. I'm talking about healthy claiming. He stands up for you, supports you, and defends your reputation. He wants to make sure the world knows that he values you. When a man is claiming a woman, he's saying through action, I'm invested in her life. I care about her, and I'm not going anywhere. Ladies, claiming also comes with consistency. By this stage, he's not just showing up occasionally. He's showing up reliably. He communicates, plans, and prioritizes you. You no longer wonder if he's thinking about you or if he's serious. He's made his intentions clear. You're in his life for real, and he's letting everyone see that. And here's something very important. Claiming is not just about him showing the world, it's also about how he makes you feel secure and valued. A man who claims you treats you with respect, honors your boundaries, and shows love through consistent actions. He doesn't just talk about commitment, he demonstrates it. He's proud to be with you, and that pride translates into loyalty and devotion. But ladies, remember this. Claiming doesn't happen overnight. It comes after attraction, curiosity, and investment. He has to first notice you, get curious about who you are, invest time and energy, and then he will move to claiming. That's why understanding the stages is so important. If a man reaches this point, It's a sign that he's serious, and it's a moment to recognize and appreciate. At this stage, a woman should also recognize her worth. A man who truly claims you doesn't need you to beg for attention, validation, or love. He shows it naturally. And when you are with a man at this stage, you can finally feel safe, respected, and valued. There's no guessing, no wondering. You know where you stand. And that clarity is priceless. So, ladies, the claiming stage is the pinnacle of the love journey for a man. He's gone from noticing you to wanting the world to see that you belong in his life. Attraction sparked interest. Curiosity deepened. Connection, investment built emotional attachment, and claiming cements love into reality. When a man claims you, he's saying, without words, I've chosen you. I'm proud of you. I'm committed to you. And I want the world to know it. And that, ladies, is the kind of love every woman deserves. A man who doesn't just fall for you, but chooses you, claims you, and honors you every single day.